feels like right now that things like disc golf and sports are so important for people that are marginalized, in my opinion, because it's an escape from it. I play sports because I like the escape from the real world that it gives me. I like challenging myself. I like the camaraderie of other disc golfers because we're a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
So I really think it's important that while you go to North Dakota, while you go to Camp Aeronautic, while I go do the TV show and do my public speaking, that we keep this balance of being an athlete in mind and not forget it. Because what happened when I walked away from being an athlete, all those 3 different times I was talking about earlier in the episode, I replaced it with very unhealthy things. And it's troublesome to think that just because I'm transgender, my body, it was used as a weapon against me that I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
And being transgender very effectively growing up. You can't be a girl. Look how good you play sports. And at the time, I didn't even understand how misogynistic and sexist that was.
Mentalities.
And this was coming from men and women saying this to me, just trying to convince me that my authentic self of who I know I am was incorrect, like you were saying. And I just quit sports. It's like, you know, if you're saying that I can't be an athlete and who I am, well, I got to be who I am, so I'll quit the sports then. And that's what I did. And
it can be really tough, but, you know, taking a break from things and, you know, regrouping, getting your conviction up to, you know, be able to go out and face the world is really what you've got to do, you know.
It is.
You can't let it, you know, cramp your style or, you know.
You can't, because if you're not your authentic self, then you're letting other people control you. And like you said, nobody's ever going to control you again. I will let people give me suggestions and I will listen to their advice all the time because there's wise people on this planet.
Exactly.
But as soon as you try to tell me that I can't be transgender, that I'm just a male that's mutilated my genitals, or I will never be a woman no matter what, I'm like, you don't get to define me. You can think that all you want.
Exactly.
I could care less. But as soon as you use your definition of me to regulate me or control me, all bets are off at that point. I will go down swinging to keep my rights. I don't care if they think that it's me infringing on their rights, that they feel like that they have a right to tell me I can't use their restroom.
Sure.
I mean, that argument has been used against marginalized people for the history of humans.
So you and I stood in defiance of that when we went to Tennessee. We took a must have been 2-hour detour, something like that.
I can't believe we went so far out of our way.
To drive to North Carolina and use a restroom in defiance of their, what was it,
HB2.
2?
Mm-hmm.
That said that trans people can't use the same restrooms, yeah.
And took a picture and everything. I mean, it's how we have to be now. I bring parents on here that are mama bears, that you mess with their little kids, you're going to be in a fight.
Yep.
I've had cisgender people on here that said, you mess with my transgender friends, you're in for a fight.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And whether we have to fight or not, we're ready. I am so ready to, I would rather throw love. Like I said, I would rather go out there and throw discs and have love everywhere. But if I need to be downright, whatever it takes for me to keep my rights, I'm going to do it.
Absolutely.
At this point in the game, because I don't want to lose them.